What's good, everybody? Welcome back. It's me, it's Cheese. You know where we are, you know what we're doing. And if you've been watching along, then you might have been checking out the pumpkin pie factory that we've been building. Well, let me tell you right now, it is completed. It's completely done, and we're gonna go check it out right now. And the rain starts. Oh my goodness. Okay, hang on a second. Let's wait until the rain stops. All right. Well, that was super unfortunate. Very just on cue. But check it out. You can kind of start to see it through the woods. Oh, here we go. Boom. The pumpkin pie farm. And then what I did is I went ahead and decorated this whole area. So we've got these little pumpkin features all around here, as well as some actual pumpkins, you know. Um, I just had some extra orange concrete powder. So I was like, I mean, that's cool. That's a nice little feature right there. Just gives it some life. The whole pumpkin pie factory is now 100% complete. Here, I'll tell you what we can do is do this too. I'll just fly on up here, and we'll get like a good kind of aerial shot of this. We got the stem on the top. I got a little lightning rod up there, just in case. I figured I should. And then boom, we got the whole top. And I'm gonna pop right on over here. We got a little kind of not roof, like a window down into it. So of course we have to have our light coming down for this guy. Oh, we're missing a piece of glass. I just realized that. I got to come back with some glass. Okay. Anyway, we got all this stuff set up. Like I said, we got the stem going. I was kind of iffy about this stem. I mean, I think it's all right. I wanted to look kind of gnarled, kind of look kind of like a pumpkin stem would, and give it that look like originally it was connected outward like that, and then it's just shriveled up a little. But yeah, so that's the whole pumpkin pie. Oop, break my legs. That's the whole farm. I still need to find those zombies underground. That's gonna be annoying. Um, but yeah, sorry, I got distracted. We got some pumpkin pie, or some actual pumpkins, just out here in the front. We have this nice gazebo out here on the side where you can sit and eat said pumpkin pies. And a little water feature. I just wanted to make this kind of area outside of the factory look nice. It's the pumpkin pie factory. That's kind of the name of it. But like, think if you're an American, think like Cheesecake Factory. Cheesecake Factory is a restaurant. It's not an actual factory. But it is technically like I don't know. I mean, the name is just kind of like representative of what they do. They're famous for their cheesecakes, so it'd be like this place. It's famous for their pumpkin pies. Maybe they serve some other stuff. I'm thinking about putting some like burgers in here or something. Maybe some pizzas. You know. But yeah, this is the finished restaurant. Or kind of the base. We got these hanging pumpkin jack-o'-lantern light features, and then these beautiful tables and chairs. All courtesy of Decocraft. You can actually sit in them. Like, come over here, sit down in the chair. I can bang my hand on the table, and I can say, "Where is my pumpkin pie? Give me my pumpkin pie." Nope, being made up there. So we actually have a whole access port right here for pumpkin pies. So press button below for pumpkin pie. So we stand on this little spot right here. And check this out. When we hit that button, eventually, boom, that'll open up. And pumpkin pies, they just start raining down. And we just take as many as you want. We got half a stack. More. Then we hit stop. It's going to stop that flow. Boom. And in just a couple seconds, we have 50 pumpkin pies ready to go. Now, how does that all work? Well, if you've been watching, you would know. I'm going to show you. So we actually have this little back room right here. It's just a little, like, you know, access. Got a whole bunch of extra resources in here. This is just in case anything breaks. You know, I always like to have, in these builds, I always like to have extra materials that I didn't use for the build. Just have it left over in case I need it. And then here we are. This is the factory floor, if you will. So let's actually go ahead and put these pies back. I don't really need them. We have a ton of pies in the dropper. And I guess this is as good a time as ever to kind of go back over how this whole thing works. I guess we'll start with the dropper. Really, that's going to be the first place that you're going to see in this whole factory line. So we have the dropper right here, obviously. And you hit a button down at the bottom that sends a redstone signal all the way up to here. That then triggers this on-off switch. So this is a toggle that toggles that redstone torch. So then that turns the power on and off to both this, which is our timer, our little redstone clock using what is it called, observers, and that sends a tick to the dropper. And so once you hit that button, it starts the whole system, and it starts ticking this and dropping the pies. So that's how that starts. And then once this signal is on as well, and it cuts on the timer, it also heads down here to a series of repeaters that then go to a sticky piston that's under here that opens up that doorway that we saw down there. So continuing on, the dropper also has a comparator that comes out from the dropper and goes into a kind of a series of redstone torches that lead up to a sticky piston with a block, and that block is the main on-off switch for our pumpkin pie production. So this block itself controls the entirety of the pumpkin pie production, whether it's going to be on or off. So let's head back this way actually now, and we'll see the other big feature of the pumpkin pie factory, which is the two crafters. Actually, we have two crafters going on because we have one crafter with the pumpkin pie recipe, and then we have another crafter up there. You can't really get to it. Maybe I can get to it up here. It doesn't really matter. This one just crafts sugarcane from up here into sugar, which we only need a couple of right here in the hopper. Now, what we have is a full list of ingredients in here, and then if I can kind of, there we go. We have 3 hoppers surrounding it that all feed all those ingredients. So obviously we have the eggs, the pumpkins, that's not the pumpkins, that's the pumpkins, and the sugar that I just showed you. So that is all sourced from right in here. We have the sugar, which comes from the crafter, which feeds from these hoppers. And these hoppers, here, if I can actually, you know what? Hang on. Let's walk this way. I have like all this scaffolding all over the place. Yeah, so we have these hoppers right here that feed the sugarcane to the crafter, and these get the sugarcane from the sugarcane farm right over here. So obviously it's a pretty simple design. It's sugarcane planted in a row with a minecart hopper going back and forth in front of it. We have the first row is open on the side, then the second row is pistons, and then the third row is observers. Sorry, and that will break the top 2 rows or the top 2 sections of the sugarcane as soon as they reach that third. As soon as any of them reach that third height, and it always preserves that bottom row, so it's completely sustainable. Very simple design. We have our chickens all huddled in a glass egg right over here. I think there's like 20 of them in that one space, so that's where they reside. And then lastly, we have, we can head over here, our pumpkin farm. So a very self-contained pumpkin farm, pretty much almost the same idea as the sugarcane farm. Anytime a pumpkin is produced, the observer sees it, and then they all fire. All of the pistons fire. I think it's side dependent, so one or the other side. So yeah, that's basically it. Those pumpkins all get fed into here, as well as the eggs get fed down that way, and the sugarcane that I showed you earlier, and that all siphons into the crafter. Now, if we can head back down this way, we can see the other kind of side of the brains of this whole rig, which is these comparators. Now, what we have, actually, that's not it. These comparators. We had a little, yeah, there we go. Do I have any scaffolding? No, I should put some scaffolding here so I can make it easier. Anyway, we have a little comparator network in here. So basically, all three of the hoppers at the base of the crafter are being read by comparators. So those comparators are outputting a signal that all head to this three-way AND gate. And that kind of dictates whether or not the entire machine is on or off. So any one of these crafters, or hoppers, sorry, if they are full, if they have stuff in them like they are now, they send out a signal like they are, and they turn off these switches. Or turn off these redstone torches, rather. Now, I actually have a lever under here. Let's see. That is impeding the entire flow of this system. But if I turn the lever off, what happens is a redstone pulse would then get sent to here, to this block. Now, obviously, the entire system is cut off right now. But if this block was to... Well, I'll tell you what, I can show you what happens. When this block gets interrupted, when this block... or when this piston gets interrupted, sorry, and it extends like that, this pushes this block over to here. Oh, and it engages this redstone clock. This redstone clock pulses back to the crafter, and now we have pumpkin pie production. And this is all going to be dependent upon how much sugar we have going in as well. So let's go ahead and put this back down. We can turn this system back off. Now it should be completely off like it is. I'll go ahead and hit this lever up here because I want to keep the system off for right now. I've got it kind of in storage mode, if you will. And boom, we have all of our pumpkin pies. So that's the basis of it. We have a redstone clock over here. We have a redstone clock, well, basically right here, the two observers. And we also have, I guess, one little tiny auxiliary system right here. The comparator that's coming off of the hopper with the sugarcane is also feeding up to a redstone network that powers on this timer, this set of observers. And this is what tells this crafter up here, hey, it's time to make more sugar from the sugarcane. So all in all, basically this whole system is just set up to be, for the most part, automatic. There are a couple points where I like to kind of, baby it, and, for right now I've got it turned off, so, like, I've got, where is it? Pumpkins. Just kind of waiting, just kind of loading in. Normally, you wouldn't have this many pumpkins, especially if, like, say, we were to take all of these out. Say we were to take all these pumpkin pies out. Normally what they do is that would cut on the entire system, because it would say, okay, now there's no pumpkin pies left in the dropper, so we need pumpkin pies making. So normally that would kick this block over, kick the clock on, and then kick the crafter on to start producing pumpkin pies. But we have the entire system cut off. Actually, if I flip that switch, you'll be able to see now it is actually making pumpkin pies. But for right now, we'll leave that off. And we'll go ahead and put all the pumpkin pies. Actually, yeah, see how it's extended right now? If we fill this back up, say we are the crafter and we're filling it up with pumpkin pies. Boom. I think it's about here. It's like almost 6 stacks. 5 stacks? It's like halfway. 4 stacks? Yeah. So once it goes, I think under... It's about 4 stacks. It's like... Yeah. So somewhere around 4 1/4 stacks, it cuts the whole system back on. So once again, that's just saying, it's saying right now that pumpkin pies are low, so it needs more. So it's going to keep this system on until the pumpkin pies fill back up. So if I'm the crafter, I put more pumpkin pies on the system. Dropper is now filled back up more, has more pies in it. Boom. Cut back off. Now I could have it to where this has to be completely full to cut the system off, but I kind of want to leave it kind of an in-between state because you don't really need to have that many pumpkin pies on hand. Ooh, the lightning rod on the top of the roof worked. Oh my god, that was loud. You know what I should do is I should sleep because it's going to continue to do that. That was so loud. That was so crazy loud, right in my ear. I say ear because I just got one headphone working. You know, I've seen this meme around that like, you know, you only wear one headphone like from like childhood trauma because it's like, oh, you're used to having to keep, you know, one ear open in case somebody comes home, blah blah blah. It's like, it's really for me, like I hate having both of my ears covered and then like being, I don't know, just in a state where like if somebody needs me, maybe that is trauma, who knows. But you know, just especially with Earl, because like Earl could be talking to me, Earl could be like just talking going on, and I could just be completely not listening to her, and she'd be going on for like a minute until she realized that like I can't hear because my earbuds, my headphones, and then she'd get upset. She's like, "Why aren't you listening to me? Get your headphones in. Take your headphones out." And I go, "Yes, dear." All right, enough about me. Sorry, I was just making sure that all the scaffolding was in here. I love all my scaffolding. It's not the biggest, you know, thing. Like, it's not like, oh, wow, you got scaffolding. That's cool. But it's more like, I like having all the scaffolding in the factory. Number one, when I walk in here, it kind of makes it look like this is like a warehouse or something, you know? And the walls, it makes the walls look fake, but like, obviously, they are supposed to be like, you know, fake, you know, ish. Like, it's a construction, you know? It's some sort of attraction, you know, just like any other great attraction. You know, once you're behind the actual walls of the attraction, you know, it kind of loses some of that luster, right? Because you see what's behind the walls, and you know, it's not as great. Go ahead and get this glass, by the way, and then we need to wrap up this episode. Let's do this. Let's head out here. Did I hear? Oh, there's some zombies. And an invisible person. Here, let me take this dude's armor. What? No armor. Okay. Cheap. You know what I do need to do at some point is I'm going to put a ladder on the other side of this so I can actually climb all the way up without having to fly all the way up. Because that would make a lot more sense. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Here, we'll go ahead and do this. I'm just going to put this last bit of glass right here. That should be all glass, right? Yeah, that looks good. Cool. Oh. Now, how did I miss this? Okay. Okay. Alright, we're good. Thank goodness, I had just enough glass. And then we got our little chicken access. Look. What's up, guys? Hey, chickens. Alright, I'm going to actually get to the tippity top of the pumpkin stem. And then we're going to end the video. And I'm going to say thank you guys so much for watching along, for checking this all out. Let me know what you think of the pumpkin pie build. This is going to be a new little addition to the Planet Earlth map. And I know it's been kind of a video in the making. I've been working on this like a lot more than it probably seems in the YouTube videos. But yeah, it's been really fun, and honestly, at this point, I'm kind of excited to go on to the next project, kind of see what we can start with next. But until then, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you still are, please let me know what you thought. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, we'll return to the next one. All right, see you guys. Bye.